Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. You join me on a work day, on an office day, on actually quite a good day. If you haven't seen the last couple of vlogs, you'll know that I have been feeling a bit sick as of late, and today I woke up feeling great. So I went to the gym, took it really easy just in case the nausea came back. So I just did a cross trainer thing for like half an hour, called it a day, came back. I actually woke up at 6 a.m. this morning, which is also not like me. I'm normally a 7 a.m. waker. So I woke up at 6 a.m. because I knew the weather was going to be nice, and the weather is so nice. So I woke up, finished off some house chores, the washing away, sort out the dishwasher, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I actually feel like really put together and really like I've achieved something today already. But it is now 20 to 8 and I need to head off in a minute to go to work. And what I always do when I'm on my commute, which is part of the reason why I read so quickly, because my commute is, if you add there and back, it's like an hour and 20 minutes, I'd say, like there and back. So I'm gonna keep reading Harlan Coben, The Stranger, which I actually have watched the TV show and I didn't realise. I was reading it being like, this plot is really familiar. Then I realised I've watched a TV show, but I could not tell you how it ended. I have completely forgotten, which is great because it means obviously the suspense is back again. But every time something happens that obviously like spurs more of the plot on, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that happening. But I don't remember it until I've read it. So it's a funny one, but I'm about this far through. So just over half on page 209. So yeah, I thought I would bring you along for a work day in my life. Alex is in France, so there's no husband today, which actually makes this a little bit easier. It makes it a little bit less like I'm invading his personal space. So yeah, it is Tuesday and I am going to go and grab all my stuff together and let's head to the office. I mean, the what's in my bag is hardly inspiring. It's my work laptop, which will now live in the office till the end of the week. My book, which I just showed you, a little lump of banana bread for breakfast when I get to the office, and then I carry this stuff with me. So, you know, hardly inspiring what's in my bag, but there you go. This is, I think everyone has this. I think this is like the Rains bag or something. I can't remember, but yeah, this is all I have today. Also, this camera will go in this bag, but I am obviously holding it at this particular moment in time. So, in you go. I did something particularly dumb and left my camera in the office, so the rest of this vlog is going to be filmed on this phone, but I think that's fine. But anyway, I've made it back from the office. I have turned the oven on and I'm about to make some salmon to have with my leftover cauliflower cheese. I got really peckish on the way home and actually bought a portion of Dairy Dunkers. I'm a grown-up. So because I actually had quite a lot of desk time, I managed to leave work pretty much on time. So it is 7:20 and I've just made it home. First things first, dinner, because I'm absolutely starving, and then we'll work out what to do after that. But this is really unnerving because I'm using the back camera because it's just so much better than the front camera. I don't know what it is about the iPhone 15, 16, whatever the most recent one is, the one that I've got. The front camera is actually really bad, so I use the back camera and have to just assume I'm in frame. But yeah, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I managed to actually leave work on time, which is like one of the first times it's happened in a little while. So I'm going to make the most of it and have a lovely, lovely evening. I'm so miffed I left my camera in the office, like super duper miffed. Let's go prepare the salmon anyway. So it's ready to go in the oven. Like, I'm assuming you can see me. I actually have no idea. Is it even recording? Your guess is as good as mine. But anyway, I am going do salmon wrapped in tin foil with some mayonnaise. So I picked up some salmon on the way home. You know when you're just craving a particular food? That was literally me. So I picked up some salmon on the way back and I'm going to shove that in the oven. Part of the reason why I actually don't... Are you still recording? I honestly have the fear. Part of the reason why I don't have my bag is because I swapped my bag out before I left the office, because I decided to bring home a jacket that's been in the office for God knows how long. I used to work on Friends Fest, so it's my Friends Fest crew hoodie when I used to work on it, because I used to do the marketing. So thought it was about time I brought that home, because it just not need to be in the office. And then I've read a fair chunk of my book. I can't remember where I was at the beginning of the day, probably like page 200. I'm now on 291, so I've got about 60 pages, 70 pages left. So I think I might finish this evening and then have to text Alex again to get another book selection from the bookcase. But yeah, I think while this is cooking, which the timer is helpfully counting down on my watch, I'm gonna go and sit on the sofa and read my book. I've just been watching some Married at First Sight Australia. I have no idea what the sound's gonna be like on either side of this camera. I finished my book before we got to eating dinner. I have definitely seen this TV show. Could I remember what happened? Absolutely not. The ending took me by surprise. I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot everything, but I definitely do remember watching it. It's very strange. But yes, I finished my book, so it can go on the bookshelf with all the other books I finished this year. And Alex has chosen number 6, which is this one at the end, which is the longest serving book in this lineup. This is a book that I remember nothing about because it's been on this bookcase for ages. It's a charity shop find, as you can see. What's it about? So, longevity. The drug sold as a secret to eternal life is not working. A terrible virus is stalking the land and longevity no longer has the power to keep death at bay. Sure. Looks like a fairly short one. I've heard absolutely nothing about this book, but we'll give it a go. I'm going to put things away after eating dinner. So yeah, I just had some leftover cauliflower cheese that I made yesterday and then some salmon. And what I do need to start soon is some meal prep for tomorrow. So one of my New Year's resolutions, which I'm actually doing pretty well with my New Year's resolutions, I have to say. And one of them was having more homemade lunches. And so I'm going to cook up the chicken breast that's in there and prep some couscous, which is in here, and create like a couscous salad sitch because there's some lettuce needs eating. And in here are some tomatoes that need eating. So I'm going to prep a salad for lunch tomorrow using the various ingredients. Let me get some couscous ready. So here she is. I always do couscous in water, obviously. And then in the water, I put paprika, salt and pepper. And it just sort of flavours it a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to get that sorted. And I'm going to season up the chicken with some lemon, salt and pepper, and throw that in the oven. So no one needs to see raw chicken. I won't put you through that as a concept. Right, I think it's in here. Yeah, I'll just use this one. Probably should have cooked it at the same time I cooked the salmon, but that would have been way too much thinking and I was hungry. So I'm going to prep this and I will be right back. Right, one of the last things I'm going to do before I go to bed, because things like this are looking very sorry for myself, is take all of the plants. Oh, that is some dry soil. Take all of the plants through to the bathroom, pop them in here, and give them a good soak. Also, look at these. Aren't they absolutely beautiful? They're like, oh, whoops. They're like stunning. I'm obsessed. This one's actually pretty perky, but... And then there's one in the bedroom. Considering my dad has killed one of these, and my dad is a horticulturalist slash florist, the fact that mine is like absolutely thriving, I would say is a mark of a huge success. The only thing I can't take out of its pot is the cheese plant. The cheese plant was the very first plant I bought myself, and I didn't value the nursing pot, so... Oh, this plant is a beast, man. So I'm going to water these ones in the bath. I mean, this snake plant is seriously taking over the world. And then I'm going to water the one that's in there, that's in its pot. And then I'm going to go to the bedroom, because then it's time to edit a reel. So that's ready to go up to tomorrow. And then I think get into bed. It is 10 to 10. So, you know, I know how to live life on the edge. I'm in bed. I have YouTube over there on my iPad. I think I might start a little bit of my book. So I haven't actually started to read this yet. I know absolutely nothing about it, but it sounds interesting. So I think I might read a bit of my book, then watch a little bit of YouTube, and then call it a night and go to bed. So thank you so much for joining me on a work day. I actually managed to film and vlog an entire day, which I feel like... Also, why have I chosen... What? Can someone explain to me why I've chosen this? Let me scooch over. I actually can't believe I've managed to vlog an entire day in my life, even despite leaving my camera in the office. It's actually been a really, really good day. It's reminding me of all the things that I loved about living on my own. I'm very happy to be with Alex. I'm not saying the fact that I'm going to kick him out or anything, but I have actually really, really enjoyed this day. I feel like I really want to now get into the routine of waking up early in the morning. I felt so good waking up at 6 a.m, like so good. And I'm not sure Alex is ready for 6 a.m. wake-ups, but he might need to get ready for 6 a.m. wake-ups because I really enjoyed myself. So... It is now nearing 10 o'clock. My computer is updating in the background, as you can probably sometimes see, depending what angle I keep this phone at. And I am going to go to bed. So, yeah, thank you for joining me on a day in my life. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.